Hello and welcome to my workshop. My name is Jeff McDonald. This week's project will be this bowl right here. I hadn't planned to make this bowl, but what happened was I had a bowl like this on the shelf. It'd been on the shelf for 10 months or so, and so I grabbed it to run out to a party, to go to a housewarming party, and I grabbed it as a housewarming gift and took it there and had a great time. Everyone loved the bowl. Get home and I see my email that this bowl actually did sell on Etsy. Somehow I overlooked the email from earlier in the day, but anyway, I contacted the buyer. He's willing to wait a few days so I can get another one made. So that's very nice of him to do that. So that's what we're doing. We're making this bowl, and actually I make two bowls. Whenever I make a bowl, I make two bowls. So that's what we're doing. I cut all the strips already, and as you many times already have seen what I've done. Let me see if I can turn this around for you. You see the strips there on the table. I cut the strips. Most of them are 1.5 inches, some are 1.6, not much difference, and cut them all for each ring layer. There's 16 rings per bowl, not counting the accent pieces, which you'll see later. So anyway, let me go ahead and get started cutting segments. Alright, so I want to begin by showing you one quick thing. On the cut sheet, it'll have how wide the, let me find one for you. Here's a segment here. It's measuring how wide it is here, okay? So when I say I'm cutting it, I'm cutting the back end of the segment, because when you think about a circumference, that's what you're measuring, the back end of it, right? And so I've marked it on here. This is 0.94. So I go ahead and put this up here, move my stop back, line this up with the blade, come back, move the stop block up, tighten it down, and that's what my next set of segments are going to be. Now each time I adjust that, and that's what adjusts the rings going out like this, right? The smaller up to the larger one on the top. So, all right, let me turn my back system on. Okay, that's 16, so that's enough for one ring. I'll cut a 16 more, but I'm not going to put you through all that. But I just wanted to demonstrate that for you. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, well, it's 15. I'll cut another in a minute, but I just wanted to just take a minute to I'm going to sit here and do this. I'm going to sit here and cut these. I'm going to sit and sand them while I'm watching my show, and then I'll just keep going back and forth and cut each ring until I get them all cut out. And then we'll go to the next part where I'm actually putting the rings together. Okay. All right, so it took all of today, day 2, actually day 1 really. The first day was only a couple hours to get all of these cut. Okay, the first day I just cut all the strips, then made all these, and now these are all the segments. Okay, what we're going to do now is we're going to turn these into the rings. So these are the pieces that go in between each of these pieces. And all right, I'm going to show you how we make this ring. How we take the pieces and make a ring out of them. Now, especially when you're adding these in between. So first I just put a lot of glue on here. We gotta kind of spread it out. Okay. It's kind of tricky. You don't make sure you don't knock them all over the place. There we go. All right. There's that. So we just start by laying these up here. Take this, and I put one of these in here like that. Put another one down. All right. Put another back and forth. That's all there is to it. Just got to be consistent with it. The timing thing. I just noticed that I didn't cut enough of the walnut pieces to go in between for 2 rings, just for 1 ring. So that's okay. I can always go make more. It's not too hard, especially when you have 16 rings per 16 pieces per ring. When you have more now, when you have like 32, it gets a bit more tricky because you got a lot to do in a quick amount of time. So I wanted to show you this ring. I mean, I got a bunch of them to make, but I'm going to just show you at least one. Okay. Now you might notice that there's a line every other one. The reason for that line every other one is because when you're cutting them on a bandsaw, I'm trying to talk and work at the same time. I'm not good at it. If my bandsaw is not 100%, or I should say right on 90 degrees, say it's 89.5, right? Well, what's going to happen is if you just completely go around with just the same level, it's not going to come out right. You're going to have a problem where it cups, where pieces are starting to pull up. Anyway. All right, so we're about there. Now what I do now is put it under here. Got a disc. Put the disc on here. All right, so we just that holds everything in place until I get a rubber band on it. Okay. All right. There we go. Now I just got to go around, straighten it up. Straighten all the pieces up, make sure everything's where it belongs. Okay. All right, I got all of the rings glued up, and while they're drying and waiting to be put on run through the drum sander, I went ahead and cut a couple pieces of walnut. That's going to be the base of the bowl, and that's what we're going to work on now, okay? So I'm going to bring you along for that. I'll try to anyway. All right, so what we're going to do is what did I do with it? Oh, here it is. Okay, got my compass. Going to round this off. I do have 2 of them. I'm going 2 bowls, so I just do everything twice. Alrighty. And I'm just really going to cut the corners off of these so that the rest I can do on the lathe itself. It's going to be a quick line so I can have somewhat of an equal looking cut on here. Normally I just cut it off, but I thought I'd do it the proper way for y'all. Now this is a block of wood I just cut in half here on the bandsaw. Yeah, there's a big chunk of wood I had. I figured I'd make 2 bases out of it. All right, let's go ahead and well, the camera cut out just as I was speaking, and I was just talking about this being regular walnut and not necessarily black walnut wood, and how it'll probably look pretty nice as a base, where the rest of the walnut is a black walnut. So anyway, what I'm going to do now is put these on the lathe. And I'm also kind of testing my camera. It keeps just dying and saying that my settings are wrong or something, or my SD card's wrong. Thing is, I've had that SD card for a long time. It shouldn't be a problem, so we're testing it. All right, let me get this lined up a little bit. There we go. All righty. Let's just get this ready to... Well, now it's time to run all of these rings, I call them, discs, whatever you want to call them, through the drum sander. This is enough for 2 bowls, remember. This is not 1 bowl. It would be hard if this was 1 bowl. All righty. Let me get the kind of set up first. now it's time to get started making the actual bowl. This is the next to the final step. The final step being turning the bowl, right? That's the fun step. The rest of this is just work. It's just necessary so we can get to the last part. Now, this is pretty much easy to do, as you can tell. I'm just going to stack them, let them set up, and then add another one ring and add another ring, and we'll include my voice for now, but when I this will be the only time. The rest of it is going to be fast forward stacking of the bowls, right? Because it eats up so much video time. But I mean, if I did not do fast forward, my videos would probably be 4 hours long, and nobody would watch them, including me. So I'm trying to keep them under 30 the best I can. All right, so let me, what we do now is just push this forward and clamp it down. This is the easy one. I don't even have to line anything up for this one. But, yeah. All right. We'll come back when it's ready to swap out. Put another one on. folks, we're finally at the grand finale of this creation of this bowl. It's a lot of work to get to where we're just now able to turn it. This is the fun part. This is the part. It's all fun, but this is to me the funnest part. All right, so we'll just get going here. We'll start about 800 or so. Okay, I got my tailstock up. I got a board up there. It helps to stabilize the bowl while I turn the outside. All right, we're sanding now. Well, I got a spot right there I need to do. Sorry, not sanding yet. You know, I was making this bowl. I just glued it together, each ring together. All the rings this way was made yesterday morning. And I stacked them on here last night on the lathe, and my biggest concern was, is it, dry enough? But it looks like it's doing okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take time. It's going to take about an hour's worth of sanding. I don't want to record all that, but most people understand what sanding is. And I'll come back when we're ready to clean up the bottom and finish the bowl. I want to share one technique I use when I'm sanding bowls. I use sandpaper on both sides, so I'm putting pressure on both sides pretty much equally. That way, I'm not putting pressure, pushing one way or another on the tenon. You know, you could possibly have a big fail if you do that. So you got to be really careful. And I push pretty hard this way. If I do it the other way, I can't push very hard. And I don't know, I don't like sanding, so I'm always in a hurry to sand. Get it done. But anyway, I just wanted to share that with you. Right. I'll push them together. I don't know. I've never seen anyone else doing that, so I thought I'd share it. Maybe everybody does it. I don't know. But all right, we'll get back with you when I'm done. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to attach the medallion using a CA glue. I'm running out of CA glue, come on. There we go. Of course, you can hear Tasha in the background doing what she does best. Protect the neighborhood. All right, now take this, what is it called? Activator or something like that. To activate it, just put that on there, drop it in. Give that a minute. Then I'll go ahead while I'm doing, while that's setting up, sorry. While that's setting up, get ready for to put the finish on it. Now what I'm using is Mahoney's walnut oil. I use it often. It's very good with bowls that you're going to have a food finish for, because it's very safe. And also in my comment section on my YouTube video, you'll see where I recommend, you know, maybe go to Amazon or something and get something like Mahoney's or one of the other finishes. This is very easy to use. That's why I like to use Mahoney's. In all your wood products, you can lightly sand and put some Mahoney's on and keep it in condition very nicely, you know. All right, so let's turn this over. What we're going to do is just going to shoot a bunch of oil in the bottom. And take my rag, start working it out. Get it all on everything. Okay. But many finishes work very well. I mean, this is just my preference. The one is just really work. And I like a natural look. I do not like personally, I don't like a big shiny plastic look to my wood. I like to see my grain. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, I like shiny wood's fine too, but as long as you can nicely see the grain popping out, you know. Well, I like that bottom. That bottom looks really nice. All right, so what I'm going to do is turn this over. Put a little here in the bottom. All right, just keep getting it everywhere. And what I'll do is with this Mahoney's oil, I put the first coat on. Every about 20 minutes or so, I look at it, and if there's a dry looking area, I put more on. And to get it all saturated into the wood. And after about an hour, you're pretty much got what you need. It's in the wood like you want it, and it'll last a long time that way. Okay. Need some more oil. I like to use a lot of oil. Now you can tell I'm not using gloves or anything. This stuff is safe to use. You don't have to worry about that. Okay. All right. There's the bowl. I will do the final in a minute after I get it a few coats on it. All right, the bowl's all finished. It's still wet. And I'm going to put another coat of oil on it or two, but yeah, it turned out really nice. I'm happy with how it turned out. Hopefully my customer will be happy too. And this bowl is getting shipped off. I was going to do it today, but the oil's not going to be set up right, so I'm going to ship it off tomorrow morning. But I hope he's happy with it. I have another bowl that I'm identical that I'm going to put together and turn. It won't be videoed because I already got one of this bowl videoed. But it'll be on my Etsy store probably sometime early next week. So I'll be looking for that if you're interested. With that said, I just want to say thank you so much for watching my videos. Thank you for, I know the entertainment value is just limited. I'm no actor, right? I'm just a guy who turns bowls and happens to be making videos on YouTube. But I just want to say thank you so much for following me, watching, and if you're not subscribed, please think about subscribing. That way you get notified when new videos do come out. And it helps me out if you subscribe. I need subscriptions. I haven't reached my 1,000 subscribers yet. I got to reach my 1,000 subscribers. Also, if you watch this all the way to this point, thank you, because that's what I need. I need people to watch the complete videos. For some reason, that's an important factor with YouTube. But anyway, let me wrap this up. Thank you so much once again, and I just want to say God bless. Have a great day.